I'm back. 1 second. Motivation. Meditation. We on 37th and Broadway Avenue. 37th and Broadway. Let's go. Yeah, brother. Let's get on the road. So we're in the 70s right here. Kind of lit. We're in the 70s. Okay. Oh. We're in the Muslim era right here. It's Muslims. Full of Muslims. So now we're in Jackson Heights. So this girl that on TikTok follow, she follows my videos and shit, and she walked from Long Island to what I used to do. I said to her, if you want to be on my level, you gotta train from the bottom. I tell people that all the time. If you want to work for me, you gotta train from the bottom. The bottom is like when I started this job, I started out as an intern, and we started out as cleaning the buildings, cleaning places. And I started out as an intern before I became who I am today, you feel me? So I started as an intern. We're gonna cut on a 72nd and then cut on a nothing block. Cause we gotta do a next block to get quietness. Cause this is too much crowd down here. So we're gonna continue turn. We're gonna turn down 72nd Street. So let's do this. Cause it's crowd down the street. Cause they full of, yeah. So let's turn. Little crowd right here. So we're gonna walk down 72nd. Oi. So you're gonna walk down 72nd, turn up the next block, and then continue walking up. So it's kind of like a different situation. Cause you gotta be the long route. You gotta take shortcuts when you're doing this type of job. So that's kind of look. So like I was saying, before I started this job, I used to be an intern. I used to clean up. They tell you what to do before you get to this position. You can't just start up as a camera right away, right? So as an intern, you gotta clean floors. You gotta go get coffee. You gotta, certain type of things as an intern. You can't just say, okay, I want to be on the camera. No, it takes about, I think, with me, it took about 2 weeks, 2 months to get to where I was at. Some people would take longer because it depends on how your ability is. So I had to learn certain things before I became who I am, successful. So if you follow my training videos, you follow what I do and how you're gonna get. And the thing about this job, you have to know how to communicate with people. You gotta know how to act professional when you're on the road. And it's kind of like a lit shit. And also you gotta know who's behind you and shit. Cause I cameras behind me. We good. Cause I can see who's behind me. So you're gonna go up 35th Ave. Woo! Good walking, good for the soul. So, that's the reason why when you start this job, you gotta learn how to do certain things. And if I tell you to go get me coffee, you gotta go get me coffee. If I tell you to go wipe my camera off, you gotta wipe the camera off, because that's how I was raised. That's what how I started before I became a camera operator. I was an intern, so you doing this stuff, it will teach you how the real world in life is. You gotta learn, yeah. And it's no pay. It's no pay intern. Nah. You work for a person like me, you start from the bottom and work your way to the top. You can't get to certain places in life if you don't. If I tell you you're not ready to be on the camera yet, you gotta know why you're not ready. You gotta know why you're not doing what you're doing. You gotta learn why you cannot participate. You gotta know why you cannot mess up in life. Because in life it's all about getting up, trying to progress, trying to activate yourself. But how you gonna do that? You gotta do it as a principle. You have to do it as you fixing yourself to better things in your life. But in order for you to be successful in life, you gotta try to. I talk about this shit, yo. I talk about this all the time, bro. Like my sister is. Well, it's all the time. You can't just be. They call it. You can't be goofy, and get your way in life. Nah. Because as an intern, if you act goofy, you're gonna end up goofy. That's what they call it. So we're on 35th Ave and 73rd Street. So let me cross real quick. So you gotta learn how to get to someplace in your life. And that is how you get here. You gotta know the ropes. I can't just give you a job and say, okay, I don't know the ropes. I could only learn what I could learn. Nah. You gotta learn the ropes of this. And you gotta understand how it is in this world, I'll be back.